It's said that to have a true friend is the greatest of gifts, and to be a true friend is the greatest of skills. Not everyone needs to be the star of the show. Some heroes are the quiet champions that uphold their comrades in battle, tend to the wounded, and keep up their companions' spirits through the darkest of times. While others get the glory, they are content in the knowledge that everyone made it home safe. Sam Gamgee, Dr. Watson, Pepper Potts, R2-D2, and other legends have filled this role. Stay with us while we show you how you can as well. Hi everyone, and welcome to another team-building episode of The
Dungeon Crashers.
I'm Guy.
And I'm Zapeel. Before we get started, let's hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell if you want to be notified when we post our excellent D&D content. You got to like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. Today we will be finishing the Strixhaven's build with the Lorehold College. As I was making this build, I was reminded of an online gamer friend of mine that passed away a few years ago. Her gamer name was Savannah, and this build would have been right up her alley, so I'm going to dedicate this build to her. In the many years we gamed together, her favorite race to play was Elf. For this build, we'll be using the Eladrin Elf for Monsters of the Multiverse. There's a lot to cover with this race, so bear with me. They get 3+1 ability boosts that you can put on any ability score, but no more than a +2 on one ability. Their creature type is humanoid, they're medium size, and a walking speed of 30 feet. They have dark vision out to 60 feet, they have Fey ancestry, giving them advantage on saving throws you make to avoid or end the charmed condition on yourself, and keen senses, giving them the perception skill. For languages, they get common and one other language of your choice. Eladrin are elves from the Feywild, and each Eladrin resonates with emotions captured in the Feywild in the form of seasons. The seasons are affinities that affect the Eladrin's mood and appearance. An Eladrin season can change, while some remain in one season forever. The seasons are spring, cheerfulness and celebration, marked by merriment and hope as winter sorrow passes. Summer, boldness and aggression, a time of unfettered energy and calls to action. Autumn, peace and goodwill, when summer's harvest is shared with all. And last is winter, contemplation and dolor, when the vibrant energy of the world slumbers. As mentioned before, Eladrin can change their seasons, and to do so they use the trance ability. You don't need to sleep, and magic can't put you to sleep. You can finish a long rest in 4 hours if you spend those hours in a trance-like meditation, during which you retain consciousness, and whenever you finish a trance, you can change your season and give yourself 2 proficiencies that you don't have, each one with a weapon or a tool of your choice. You mystically acquire these proficiencies by drawing them from shared elven memory. You retain them until you finish your next long rest. This will come in handy when we get our gear. And the last ability the Eladrin get is Phase Step. As a bonus action, you can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. You can use this trait a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all spended uses when you finish a long rest. When you reach 3rd level, your Phase Step gains an additional effect based on your season. If the effect requires a saving throw, the DC equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus, plus your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma modifier. Choose one when you select the race. Spring, when you use your Phase Step, you can touch one willing creature within 5 feet of you. That creature then teleports instead of you, appearing in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 30 feet. If you have the summer season, immediately after you use your Phase Step, each creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of you takes fire damage equal to your proficiency bonus. Autumn, immediately after you use your Phase Step, up to 2 creatures of your choice that you can see within 10 feet of you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for 1 minute, or until you or your companions deal any damage to these creatures. Winter, when you use your Phase Step, 1 creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of you before you teleport must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of you until the end of your next turn. This character is going to be a support and healing build that the Strixhaven's party needs. For ability scores, we use the point buy system, and we're going to start with an 8 on strength. We will be a caster, so strength isn't needed. A 12 on dex, we'll be wearing medium armor and using a finesse weapon. A 13 on constitution, because hit points are always welcome. A 10 on intelligence, we will be getting a lot of skills, so having an average intelligence is okay. A 14 on wisdom, making it 16 with a +2 from our racial bonus. This is going to be the casting stat for our cleric levels. And a 15 on charisma, making it 16 with our last racial bonus, and this will be the casting stat for our bard levels. Like the other Strixhaven's build, we'll be using the Lorehold student background. They get 2 skills, history and religion, and 2 languages of your choice. The Lorehold background gives us spells added to our spell list at certain levels, and we will discuss them when they become available. They also get the Strixhaven's Initiate feat, and you have to select the Lorehold option. You can select 2 cantrips from Light, Sacred Flame, and Thaumaturgy. Since we have Dark Vision, we don't need Light, so we'll take Sacred Flame and Thaumaturgy. We can also pick a first level cleric or wizard spell that we can cast 1 time a day without expending a spell slot and must finish a long rest before we can do so again. We can cast it with our spell slots that we have as long as they are of the proper level. We will take shield for a great use of our reaction and to help with our armor class.
Now we have always sought after peace. The God of our people teaches it, our community aspires to it, and as a child we never knew conflict. But then the enemy came. They didn't want peace, only conquest. They burned the Temple of Light, the museums of art, and the gentle gardens. They demanded only tribute, labor, and obedience. Our people tried to resist. We had powerful magic and ancient knowledge, but we weren't warriors, and the enemy were many. In the end, our people were defeated. Some were enslaved, others escaped into other planes of existence. In our struggles, we learned that peace isn't obtained through forgetting war and laying down weapons. Peace must be protected and sacrificed for. Violence must never be a method of choice, but it must be a tool available at need. As our people had forgotten war, they sent us, one of the last acolytes of our gods, to learn what we can of it and bring that knowledge back home. We had feared that the elders would send us off to enlist in some army to train in battle, but that is not their way. Instead, they did as is their nature and sent us to school, a great university called Strixhaven, where there is a college called Lorehold. There we are to study the history and methods of warcraft. When we begin our journey, the season of winter is upon us. Our memory of the war and our people's losses is still fresh, and we are filled with sorrow. For our first level, we will start off with Cleric. At first level Cleric, we get 2 skills from History, Insight, Medicine, Persuasion, and Religion. We will take Insight and Medicine. And Clerics get their Divine Domain at first level, and we want the Peace Domain. The God of Peace is the patron of our community, and we have trained in its ways since childhood. The Peace Domain will give us spells prepared for free as we level up. At this level, we get Heroism and Sanctuary. The first ability we get is Implement of Peace. We choose 1 skill from Insight, Persuasion, and Performance, and we're going to take Persuasion. We also get the ability Emboldening Bond. As an action, you choose a number of willing creatures within 30 feet of you. This can include yourself, equal to your proficiency bonus. You create a magical bond among them for 10 minutes, or until you use this feature again. While any bonded creature is within 30 feet of another, the creature can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw it makes. Each creature can add the d4 no more than once per turn. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. This works just like Bless, but better. It has longer range, longer duration, and can be used on ability checks.
Yep.
And Clerics get Spellcasting. From the Lorehold student background, we get 2 spells added to our spell list, and they are Comprehend Languages and Identify. And they start with 3 cantrips and 2 first-level spell slots. Clerics are prepared casters and can prepare a number of spells per day equal to our Wisdom modifier plus our Cleric level, so 4 to start. For the cantrips, we're going to take Guidance, Toll the Dead, and Word of Radiance. And for our prepared spells, let's take Cure Wounds, Detect Magic, Guiding Bolt, and Inflict Wounds. We might be a peace cleric, but we have learned that sometimes you have to fight to protect the peace. For our starting equipment, we want a rapier for finesse weapon. We can only take it if we use one of our proficiencies that we get after using our trance ability. And for armor, we want half plate and shield for adventuring, if we can get it. Most of the time we'll be at the school, and a chain shirt would be more acceptable. During the war, we learned to use simple weapons and to fight in armor, but we have to call on ancient memories to fight with skill. Oftentimes we are happiest with a simple robe and a dagger when we feel that no battle is imminent.
Now that we've entered the Lorehold school, we realize just learning about the past isn't enough. We need to be more proactive in our approach to the future. At second level, we take first level of Bard. At first level Bard, we get 3 skills, but since we already got 2 from first level of Cleric, we can only pick 1 now. We will take Performance to help win over the crowd when trying to persuade them to make peace, not war. You get Bardic Inspiration. You can use a bonus action on your turn to choose 1 creature other than yourself within 60 feet of you who can hear you. That creature gains 1 Bardic Inspiration dice, a d6 at this level. Once within the next 10 minutes, the creature can roll the dice and add the number rolled to 1 ability check, attack roll, or saving throw it makes. The creature can wait until after it rolls the d20 before deciding to use the Bardic Inspiration dice, but must decide before the DM says whether the roll succeeds or fails. Once the Bardic Inspiration dice is rolled, it is lost, and a creature can only have one Bardic Inspiration die at a time. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your Charisma modifier with a minimum of 1, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Bards are spellcasters and get 2 cantrips known and 4 spells known. You will have to keep your spell list separate, but can cast from either list with your spell slots. Since we are multi-classing spellcasters, there's a diagram on page 164 and 165 in your player's handbook that will help you figure out what spell slot you get at each level. At this level, we get another first level spell slot for a total of 3. For the cantrips known, we will take Prestidigitation and Vicious Mockery. And for the 4 spells known, take Charm Person, Healing Word, Silvery Barbs, and Tasha's Hideous Laughter. At 3rd level, we take 2nd level of Bard. You get Jack of All Trades, allowing you to add half your proficiency bonus rounded down to any ability check you make that doesn't already include your proficiency bonus. This also improves your initiative modifier, so remember that. Next, we get Song of Rest. If you or any friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of a short rest by spending 1 or more hit dice, each of those creatures can regain an extra 1d6 hit points. There is an optional feature at this level called Magical Inspiration. If a creature has a Bardic Inspiration die from you and casts a spell that restores hit points or deals damage, the creature can roll the die and choose a target affected by the spell. Add the number rolled as the bonus to the hit points regained or the damage dealt. The Bardic Inspiration dice is then lost. For spells, we get another spell known, another first level spell slot, and 2 second level spell slots. We can't cast second level spells yet since we are multi-classing spellcasters, so we can use those second level spell slots for upcasting our first level spells. For our spell known, let's take Identify. At 4th level, we're going to take 3rd level of Bard. We can expertise 2 skills, and we'll pick Persuasion and History. We get our Bardic College at this level, and we want the Lore College. From our Bardic College, we get 3 skills, and we want Arcana, Investigation, and Nature. We have a ton of skills at this point. The main ability we get is Cutting Words. You learn how to use your wit to distract, confuse, and otherwise sap the confidence and competence of others. When a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, ability check, or a damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend one of your uses of Bardic Inspiration, rolling a Bardic Inspiration die and subtracting the number rolled from the creature's roll. You can choose to use this feature after the creature makes its roll, but before the DM determines whether your attack roll, ability check succeeds or fails, or before the creature deals its damage. The creature is immune to it if it can't hear you or if it is immune to being charmed. For spells, since we now can cast 2nd level spells, from the Lorehold student background, we get 2 spells added to our spell list, and they are Borrowed Knowledge and Locate Object. We get another spell known that can now be of 2nd level, and we want Suggestion. We also get another 2nd level spell slot.
Now, our studies have been giving us a renewed sense of optimism, even hope. Our knowledge grows by leaps and bounds, we have made friends, and our Eldrin nature changes from winter to spring. Not all is well, however. There have been strange events happening at the school, something peculiar and ominous, and there have been random incidents of violence. Our friends have found themselves at the center of it, and are determined to unravel the mystery. Of course, we readily stand beside them. At 5th level, we'll take 4th level Bard. We get an ability booster feat, and we want to boost our Charisma to 18, helping with our spell attacks and save DCs for our Bard spells. We get another cantrip known, another spell known, and 2 3rd level spell slots. Since we don't have 3rd level spells yet, we will use those spell slots to upcast our other spells. For our cantrip known, take Friends, and for the spell known, take Lesser Restoration. And at 6th level, we take 2nd level Cleric. We get Channel Divinity. You gain the ability to channel divine energy directed from your deity, using that energy to fuel magical effects. You start with 2 such effects: Turn Undead, and an effect determined by your domain. For Turn Undead, use an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer censuring the undead. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw against your cleric save DC. If the creature fails its saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. A turn creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can use only the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action. The other effect we can choose is from the Peace domain called Balm of Peace. You can use your Channel Divinity to make your very presence a soothing balm. As an action, you can move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks, and you move within 5 feet of any other creature during this action. You can restore a number of hit points to that creature equal to 2d6 plus your Wisdom modifier, minimum of 1 hit point. A creature can receive this healing only once whenever you take this action. When you use your Channel Divinity, you must choose which effect to create. You must then finish a short or long rest to use your Channel Divinity again. For spells, we get another spell we can prepare, and since we're only 2nd level cleric, it will be a 1st level spell. We'll take Shield of Faith. We also get another 3rd level spell slot.
Yeah. At 7th level, we take 3rd level of Cleric. All we get at this level is another spell we can prepare that can be of 2nd level or lower, and a 4th level spell slot. For the prepared spell, let's take Spiritual Weapon. That's going to be coming really handy because you're not going to be much a fighter anyway, and you can send it out and move it and attack as a bonus action. At 8th level, we'll take 4th level of Cleric, getting an ability booster feat, and we want to boost our Wisdom up to 18. This will help with our spell attacks and save DCs for our Cleric spells. For spells, we get another cantrip known, another spell we can prepare that can be a 2nd level or lower, and another 4th level spell slot. For the cantrip, let's take Spare the Dying, and for the prepared spell, let's take Calm Emotions, all really good support spells. At 9th level, we'll take 5th level of Cleric. We get the Destroy Undead ability. When an undead fails its saving throw against your Turn Undead feature of Channel Divinity, the creature is instantly destroyed if its challenge rating is 1/2 or lower. We get another spell we can prepare that can be of 3rd level or lower now, and 1 5th level spell slot. For the prepared spell, let's take Mass Healing Word. At 10th level, we will take our 6th and last level of Cleric for this build. At 6th level of Cleric, we can now use our Channel Divinity 2 times between our short or long rests. From the Peace domain, we get Protective Bond. The bond you forge between people helps them protect each other. When a creature affected by your Emboldening Bond feature is about to take damage, a second bonded creature within 30 feet of the first can use its reaction to teleport to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the first creature, and then the second creature then takes all the damage instead. For spells, we get another spell we can prepare that can be of 3rd level or lower, and another 5th level spell slot. For the prepared spell, let's take Spirit Guardians for another really good support defense spell.
Now at this point, you have finished with your education, solved the mystery of the school, and aided your companions in defeating the evildoer. You are filled with confidence and energy and eager to return to your people and show them what you have learned. Our elder nature changes from spring to summer as we move on to the next stage of our life.
And I have to say this is one of the best support healing builds we've done. It has a wide array of spells, from damaging spells to mind-affecting spells. Plus, with all the skills it has, it can handle most, if not all, of the role-play encounters you will have at the Strixhaven University. The only downside is a lot of our spells have concentration, so be careful when casting your spells. If you have any questions, comments, or build requests, please leave them in the comment section below. This will be the end of part 1 for this build, so join us next week when we finish with part 2 of the Lorehold student build. And until next time, cheers!